The Colts charge forward, no fear, no doubt. Shooting and scoring, the crowd screams out. The boards rattle, the crowd's on its feet. Coach Bain has a plan that can be beat. They're the pride of Cloverdale, the Colts in blue, skating fast, hitting hard, breaking through. Battles in the corner, busting across the line, picking top corners, making saves so fine. Big Mac's a beast, big as a tree. You want a Jackson, well we got three. Nathan's got vision, steady as a stone. He guards the blue line like it's his own home. The ice shakes, get out of your seat. Sahaj and Nate can't be beat. They're the pride of Cloverdale, the Colts in blue, skating fast, hitting hard, breaking through. Battles in the corner, busting across the line, picking top corners, making saves so fine. Poor Langley, he is nothing to cheer. Vancouver fades when the Colts appear. Ridge Meadows with no hope to win, can't imagine the trouble they're in. The roof's coming off this brand new place. The set streaks down the ice at a blistering pace. They're the pride of Cloverdale, the Colts in blue, skating fast, hitting hard, breaking through. Battles in the corner, busting across the line, picking top corners, making saves so fine. Making saves so fine.
Well, the Colts have taken the ferry to northern Vancouver Island here at the Comox Valley Sports Center to kick off the first tournament of the year here in Comox, Courtney. Day one of the tournament happening on Friday, October 10th, and the Colts will be taking on the Victoria Admirals. This is a rematch of the Tier 1 Provincial Championship game from last year. Unfortunately for the Colts, that was a Victoria win after the Colts had beat Victoria in the round robin of the tournament. So despite the fact that the rosters are very different between these two teams than last year, there are some remnants on this Colts team from last year, and they'll be looking for revenge here this afternoon in Comox. And the Colts are going to have to do it without their leading scorer. Jackson Mumm remains out, serving Game 2 of a 3-game suspension. However, they will have some help on forward. Mitchell Anderson makes the lineup for the first time since the team was set. He played a game in the tryout process where he was injured, but this will be his first time back on the ice with the full roster team, and the Colts will be looking forward to his help here today. In net, the tournament's going to start off with Nate getting the start, and we'll see alternating goaltenders most likely throughout the tournament. There are 2 ice surfaces here at this arena in Comox. There is another one that we're not seeing here today that the junior team plays on, and we'll have an excellent viewing angle for those games. But here on this arena, we're unfortunately up in the corner, so we'll do the best we can here with this video. And with that, let's get started and jump right into this tournament. First period of the first game. And we start with the puck off screen in the far corner there, and it's going to come on board. It's going to get chipped up there by Tyler. Mac's going to pick that up, race down the ice. He's going to see JD on the other side, and he's going to whip that home past the goaltender's blocker on the short side. And less than a minute into this game, I believe that's only 30 seconds, and the Colts are starting out hot, jumping on there with a first shot goal to take a 1-0 lead. And just a minute later, this puck's going to come out to the point. West is going to whip a shot on net that Jackson tips on net sneakily. Goalie makes a save, and Orson comes down the wall and just throws it towards the net. And I was standing at the far end. I could see that puck bounce in off the goalie directly into the net immediately off that shot. It takes a minute for the referee and the players to realize it, but eventually everyone realizes we now have a 2-0 lead here for the Colts. And just seconds later, this line is coming down the ice again. This puck's going to end up the wall. Wes again throwing towards the net. It gets up front to Jackson, who has a yawning cage there and gets good wood on that shot. The Victoria goalie comes across and makes a great save there. Colts not just dominating on the scoreboard, also physically as well. There's Jackson Davis coming in, putting a hit on that Victoria defender. And now you're going to see Jackson come off the bench. There you see number 16 coming off the bench. And eventually Tyler's going to get this puck behind the net. Pass out to Jackson. And he's got good wood on that shot. And again, the Victoria goalie comes across and it's in his glove. Look what I found. But another nice save to keep this a 2-goal game. Down low, there's Linden in the corner. He gets hit from the side there. Takes exception to that. Comes back with a bad head contact to that Victoria player. That's going to get caught by the referee for sure. So that's going to be 4 minutes to Linden for head contact. And as this game rolls over to the second period, 2-0 lead for the Colts, they're now going to be on the penalty kill. So Victoria now looking to get back in this one. They're going to move this puck into the middle. It gets poked up that player's stick, and then there's a rebound out to the guy on the far side, and Nate has to lunge across, make a save, make sure that puck doesn't get in on the short side. And then it's going to go up the wall and get kept in by Victoria, and then eventually pass to the front. And there's another glove save that Nate has to make, and he's up to the task. Power play continues though, and this time it's going to be some defensive help here. And there's Orson in front, and he gets away from it a bit, but then he comes across and tips that puck as it's going to that player back door who had lots of net. Then he clears it down the ice to kill off the rest of the penalty. So it's back to 5-on-5, and Victoria still has the momentum though. So here they come down the other end. There's a puck that looks like Nate maybe has it, but it is lying loose. There's a mad scramble in front, and then that player has it high and takes a shot. Nate makes a save. You can see that player grabbing his head. He thought he had one there, but Nate felt differently about it. So the Colts now coming back the other way. Here's a good forecheck by Arjun along the wall. With that body check, he creates a turnover, and then Noah makes a nice backhand pass back to him, and Arjun whips it high, glove side. And the Colts have built themselves a 3-0 lead. Colts are going to continue to create chances with hard work. Here you see them working down low, and there's Jackson coming back there to strip that puck away before it gets out, and then putting it in front to Seth, who is all alone. He deflects that just wide of the post. Now we're going to see Victoria on the rush. Orson coming over to play it, pokes in that puck, and then he reaches in and taps that player's stick up in the air, knocking it out of his hands. Looked like it came out of his hands pretty easily, but either way, that is an interference penalty. You're going to get one of those typically if you knock a player's stick out of his hand when he doesn't have the puck. So here we go, Colts on the penalty kill again. Here's some hard work on the forecheck, the puck down low, killing off the penalty. That's good work. But then the second Colts forward comes in, and that's a bit of a no-no on the penalty kill, and that's going to result in an odd man rush the other way. This Victoria player is going to go around the defender, cut in front, but Nate's there to hold the post and direct the puck harmlessly off to the corner. Back to the other end, here's Arjun, who has one goal already, makes a nice move around the defender, gets a shot on net. Got a kick save by the goalie. So there's a face-off in the Colts zone, and a good draw there where Seth's going to come off his wing, pick up that puck, race down the ice quickly. He's got 2-on-1 with Jackson, slides it through the defender, and the goalie comes across again and makes another stellar save. And then there's a pass out front to Richard, and he just misses it as the net comes off, so Victoria gets a whistle that they look like they need there. Colts on the forecheck again, on the attack. There you see a little push from behind there as Tyler was coming in on the forecheck. So despite dominating the play in this game, the Colts now have taken only 3 penalties in this game as we head to the third period, still 3-0. And we have the Colts working to kill another penalty, and you see the box is in excellent shape here, keeping Victoria around to the outside. Point shot comes through, hits a body in front, and Colts are there to clear it away. A little bit of a malfunction there at the line, but they do eventually get it down the ice. Mitchell firing it down, so the penalty kill working excellently here, which is good given that's the only opportunities that Victoria has had so far in this game. And they are going to get an opportunity to work on it again. You see Arjun come in to lay the hit. That looks like that player turned away, and Arjun kind of hit his shoulder and back, and the referee is going to deem that to be 4 minutes for intentional head contact. But I think if we asked this one fan up in the crowd, I think he would call that roughing. So more penalty kill from the Colts, and once again we see them well structured. This point shot's going to come through. It goes through a lot of bodies, and Nate does well to track it, get the leg out, kick it off the side, and that's going to allow Mitchell to come over and chop that puck out of play, and that's going to allow the Colts to kill another penalty off. Still 3-0 here. And back to even strength, they're going to get another scoring opportunity. Here's Seth picking that puck up off the wall and reading that dump out nicely. He splits through the D, tries to shovel it through the Victoria goalie, but another nice save there from the Victoria goaltender. Here's a face-off in the Colts zone, and there's a nice reaction save from Nate as that puck ended up on a Victoria's player, and he took a quick shot. Nate made the save. Now we're going to see some sustained pressure here from the Colts. First, there was that point shot from West. There's Orson pinching in to keep it in. He throws that puck on net, and the rebounds just keep popping out to everybody who's laying around in front of the net. It's eventually going to wind up on Mac's stick here, and he's got all the time in the world. He tries to go up high with it. Victoria goalie makes a save. It bounces around for a few more seconds, somehow stays out of the net, allowing Victoria to clear it and keep it 3-0. Here comes Mac again, driving hard down the left side, and he makes a nice little drop pass to Arjun. Arjun got that drop pass from Noah earlier in the game, and he scored that goal off. This time the slap shot is saved by the Victoria goaltender. More Colts. Here comes Seth down the left side. He's protecting the puck, and West is going to come down the wall, pinch in, and it's going to hit him in the shin pads, and that's going to allow this play to develop in front. Seth has it again, pulls it to the backhand, tries to go back against the grain, and the Victoria goalie makes his 10th or 11th good save here of this game. Colts continue to get chances off chaos. Here's another loose puck in front. Jackson Davis comes in, tries to scoop it up over the goalie. Unsuccessful yet again for the Colts. But that doesn't stop the pressure. Colts again working down low. Out front to Mitchell. He's all alone. Scoops that on the net. Walker save though from the Victoria goalie. Now the Colts breaking out of their own zone. The puck's going to get turned over there at center. The Victoria defender swats Libby's stick, and the puck goes directly to Arjun, who was trailing the play on the left side, and then he whips that puck over the Victoria goaltender's glove, and that goal is very similar to the one he scored to make it 3-0 earlier, a wrist shot over the glove, and this time he repeats that to make it 4-0. So now we have Arjun looking for the hat trick here late in this game. You see, he's going to float over to the right side, and this puck is eventually going to end up on his stick. He's got nothing but net there. He goes up high, and it looks like it tips off the Victoria defender's stick and goes sailing over the crossbar. More excellent chances here from the Colts. Mitchell's going to win this puck battle, fight hard to get out in front, shovels on net, the save is made, and the rebound comes right to Richard. He throws that in net as well, and another save from the Victoria goalie. But down at the other end, here's the guy who gets the shutout. Nate has a 4-0 victory to his record, first shutout of the season here for the Colts, and more importantly, the first win of the tournament here in the 3-game round robin. So let's have a look at the stats for this here game. There you see the 4-0 victory, Arjun with the 2 goals, Jackson and Orson with the other ones, and a whole cadre of single assists there down the lineup. So contributions once again from the depth of the team. So let's have a look at the overall stats now, still early in the season, of course. The 2 Jacksons and Tyler at the top of the table with 5 points each and points stretching down the roster. So that's it for day 1 of the tournament for the Colts. Only 1 game here today. They'll be off to a team dinner at Boston Pizza after this to refuel for tomorrow's game, and they're going to require fuel. Tomorrow, there will be 3 games in the tournament. They have an early 6 a.m. start against Nanaimo, a noon, a 12:45 game against the team from Thompson from the Kamloops area, and then if they have a record worthy of advancing to the semifinal, they will play a semifinal game later that night as well. So very unheard of, 3 games in a day. So they're going to need some rest and relaxation here tonight to prepare for the potential 3 games tomorrow. Here we see the post-game MVP presentation with the shutout here today, Nate getting the game MVP. Tune in to the next video for day 2.